Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today, our beautiful guest meditator is Dr. Jane Mountrose. She's going to be doing a special meditation called Newness in the month of March. Jane, thank you so very much for being here today.
Oh, thank you, Ruth. I always enjoy it.
I do too. All right, I'm going to get out of your way and let your magic happen.
Okay, Ruth and I were talking about all the different things I was going to put in here. I wanted to just start with talking a little bit about, and this is for the Northern Hemisphere. I think if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you'll have to adjust since it's actually you're opening instead of spring, you're opening to fall. But I think if we can live in tune with the seasons and the developments, like also the lunar phases, we can actually be much more in harmony with life in general. And in addition to being on the verge of spring, we have a new moon coming on Sunday. And the new moon is a time of opening to something new. And of course, spring is a time of opening in a big way, opening to something new. So what I wanted to do is focus on that. And I actually found this wonderful quote. I just want to mention it because it's so beautiful. It was on the internet. As the winter frost begins to thaw and the first delicate buds emerge, March whispers of rebirth and transformation. It carries with it a profound spiritual significance, inviting us to explore the hidden depths of our souls and embrace the potential for growth. I just thought that was so beautiful because I think it is, well, it's poetic and it is descriptive also. So what I did in addition to that is I use oracle cards quite a bit, and they are wonderful inspirations for opening to new energies, like for spring, if we want to open to a new energy. So I use this oracle. It's called the Oracle of Portals, which is quite a beautiful one. And portals, the idea of a portal, if you're not familiar with it, is that you can go through, you could say, through a doorway, through a portal, into a new reality or a new realm, a new place of possibility. And of course, with spring coming, we're looking at a new place of possibility. So I drew this card, and I have this kind of really tacky looking setup here with the card on it, but I thought I would put it here just because then you can at least take a look at it. And I thought it was interesting. I'm just trying to turn it so the shine's off of it. The card that came up is called Choice. And I think that spring is a time when we have a choice. In fact, we almost need to have a choice. We need to be choosing life again. And in this card, I'm going to read a little bit what the description of the card says also. You stand at a crossroads. A significant choice lies before you. The power to make this decision belongs to you. If you aren't immediately aware of precisely what awaits your choosing, this card has shown up to remind you of your agency. You aren't a pawn in this situation. Events and conditions are not entirely outside your jurisdiction and control. You have more options available than you previously realized. And on the card, it shows the venturer, which you could say is you, and then it shows three choices. So you may have more choices than that. You might have less. Personally, when I think of choosing, I think of looking rather than 2 at 3, rather than saying, well, it's either this or that, which tends to be, it tends to be more automatic. And if we go beyond that, then we see deeper, and we can open to maybe a host of possibilities that we never thought of before. So what I want to do then is we're going to go into that image in the oracle card here and do a journey together. So to begin, as always, I always start the same way. You can close your eyes if you feel safe and begin focusing on your breath. Breathing in with each inhale the most amazing love and light you can imagine from the universe. The perfect love, the perfect light for this moment for you. It might be joy, it might be miracles, magic, peace, harmony, relaxation, whatever feels right to you, just beautiful energy. And as you exhale, letting go, just releasing anything that you don't need right now. Maybe any heavy or incoherent energy, anything that is not a clear energy, just letting it go. So you can feel yourself becoming clearer with each breath. You can breathe that beautiful energy into your mind, your brain. Just send it into all those spaces. We actually have more spaces between things than actual solids. So you can just imagine a beautiful breeze blowing through you. And now with your intention, would pick up energy from other people, places, and times. Ask any energy that is not your own that needs to be released, that feels like it's not appropriate. Ask it to go back where it came from. Send it back lovingly to those people, places, and times. And what this does is it creates more space for your own energy. In a similar way, we leave bits of ourselves in other times, in other places, and with other people. So you can just ask for any energy of your own that's ready to come back to you, for it to come back now. And you might notice as you do these simple things that you feel more present in your body, which is what we want. We want to bring the fullness of ourselves to our experience together. And one more thought before we enter this mystical kind of a forest that's shown on the card, to open to wonder, to magic, to we were talking about what some people call the magical child, that child within us who is our teacher, the one that's referred to in the Bible as going to heaven as a child. There's the lightness, there's a newness, and it's so appropriate for spring. So just open to that in you, open to enjoying it, taking it lightly, bringing some sense of magic and miracles maybe that you wouldn't have imagined otherwise. That little magical child in you, it's wonderful to just connect with them and have a chat and talk about how you can lighten up. So we'll take that lighter, brighter energy and now imagine ourselves in that mystical forest. And there's a beautiful path ahead of us, taking us into the future that is spring. And the past is behind us. And you can maybe imagine those 3 portals or whatever number you want. The number is not that important really, as much as just being open to new possibilities, possibilities that you might not have imagined before. And along with that, you can bring in also helpers, more helpers. And it occurred to me, with spring coming, it would be a beautiful time to invite the angels of the 4 directions, the archangels, to support us. So we can start with Archangel Raphael, who's the angel of the East. And this is where the sun rises in the East. So with Archangel Raphael, we can invite him in. And if you feel guided, you can ask him to surround you with his beautiful light. He's known for healing and opening, often experienced as an emerald green color. Whatever is right for you, whatever it feels for you. Beautiful, healing, opening, expanding energy. And with what's dawning, the question then is, what is dawning in your life? What wants to dawn? What wants to come in that maybe hasn't been there before. And this is something just to be open to what that might be now, and you might want to also come back and explore it more when we're complete. This kind of thing really is deserving of some exploration. We want to thank Raphael for being with us and taking that place in the east. The east is related to the new moon, what's dawning, a new moon. And then we turn to the south, which is Archangel Michael. We can invite him to join us too. And of course, Archangel Michael is known for strength and protection and power. The kind of power that emerges from that soulfulness in us. It's a poised sense of beingness, of being powerful within ourselves. And the south is also associated with midday. So that is the time when the light is shining brightly. So it's like, what is becoming more energized? It's related to also the fire element. What is wanting to be energized or is being energized as you open to spring? What new projects or new ways of being or new possibilities are emerging for you now? And as you open to this, you might also sense, if you're looking around again in the magical forest, that there is more light and maybe there are sparkles of energy here. Archangel Michael also is often experienced as a vibrant blue color, so you can surround yourself with that or whatever feels right to you. Feeling his energy around you and allowing it within you, if you wish. Just opening the cells, opening the atoms within the cells to more energy. Life-giving energy comes from the sun. So you might also sense the sun above you in the forest. You might hear the birds twerping or chirping. Just feel that sense of growth, the beautiful green leaves, those crisp new green leaves. Maybe there are wildflowers growing as spring is emerging on both sides of your path. Then we can move to the west, and the west is the direction where the sun sets, actually. So this is the place, it's also the water element, where we can imagine moving into the depths of our being and exploring what might be wanting to rise from those depths. And as I'm doing this with the magical child with me, it's kind of fun down there swimming together. So we can enjoy the experience too. Just what is wanting to rise from the depths of your being? What is your soul calling? And this is Archangel Gabriel, who is the angel of communication also. And you might just have a sense of that there's something in you that wants to emerge from those depths, something that you want to share. It might be verbal, it might be artistic, it might be poetic, it might just be you, your full expression of yourself in the world. And as you do that, you might again imagine yourself on that path as the full expression of yourself, moving into that beautiful spring. And you can see the light through the trees. Gabriel often is experienced as a beautiful kind of luminous diamond white light. As I said that, I could feel that sparkling through me. And when we invite in these energies, they are opening and balancing and bringing us love. All of these angels are beings of divine love, love that is so profound. It can't help but touch us, and it over time it can't help but change us in a very wonderful way. The cells in our body, all of the cells, they love love. So if you imagine now sending all that love to them, we have 3 angels sending love now. Just notice how that feels. And now we'll turn to the north. And the north is related to the quiet hours of the night. And Archangel Uriel, who is like the, you could say, an archangel, an earth archangel. And when I sense Archangel Uriel, I sense it feels like earthy energy around me. I don't even know exactly what color it is. It just is very earthly wonders, maybe you could say. Whatever it is for you, just allow him to surround you with his light so you can feel his presence. And from the north, from the quiet hours, we can ask, well, what is it that wants to be nurtured or healed or become clearer in those quiet hours? You can just feel that quiet of the night when you have that opportunity just to nurture yourself, nurture your soul, nurture those beautiful new gifts that you want to have emerge. And let go of those things that aren't serving you. This is another part of this time of year is to release those things that aren't serving us anymore, so we're not carrying around weight that is meaningless to us, that just takes energy away from us. And magical child is good for this too. Enjoying and pursuing those things that are magical, that are miraculous and mysterious and wondrous. And breathing in all of those wonders, sparkles. Magical child loves sparkles. Well, magic wands, unicorns. So we can open in those quiet hours to what wants to be nurtured. There's a tendency in many of us to be serious, to feel like we have to be serious, like life is serious. And of course, we want to be responsible, and we want to be clear on where we're going. And it also, there is value in taking it lightly, not being completely immersed in earthly energy, allowing ourselves to be light and bright. And now with all of this beautiful energy, just feel the balance with those 4 angels and the blessing of these 4 angels. And again, just as a reminder, from the West, you can focus on what is dawning in you. And from the South, what is becoming brighter? What is becoming more energized? From the West, what is emerging from the depths? And the North, what can we nurture, heal, or clarify in these quiet hours? And then all together with the emergence of spring energy. Where is it that we're heading? What are our choices? As you imagine yourself on the path, one of the choices might light up. Like, oh, this is it. And sometimes you might even see the light before you know what the light is. The most important thing is to understand that the heart knows, and just to reach into your heart for the truth. And you can feel it in the fire too, in the what is energizing you, what feels like it would be the most exciting of all possibilities for this new spring. Oh, this I can't help I can't help but invite in Archangel Metatron also, who is often associated with the heaven. So from the heavens, the light is coming down to us from source. And Archangel Metatron is very close to source. Sparkling, glittering white light cascading over us. He is one of our teachers here with the New Age. They all are. All of these beings are our teachers. And from beneath us, the light from, or the love from Mother Earth herself. And sometimes it's associated with Archangel Sandalphon. Just bringing up that beautiful earth energy. Because we do want to, in addition to being clear, we want to be in that perfect place of balance between heaven and earth. Just not taking it too heavy and not just flying off ungrounded. We want to be in that perfectly grounded place. And express gratitude to all of these beautiful beings who are around us, to Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Metatron above, and we have both Mother Earth and Archangel Sandalphon sending love up from beneath us to bless us. And with that, just feeling in that perfect place of balance in all directions, above and below us, we can again focus on being back in our seats or wherever you're resting, with your feet firmly on the ground or on the floor, just sending down those roots into the earth. And again, breathing in, just breathing in the perfect light for this moment. And for this one, we want to breathe in more active energy so we can come back to our normal waking states. I'm just so grateful. And when we're ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you, Jane, so much. Thank you, thank you. I know you work with Archangel Metatron a lot. You don't talk about Sandalphon as often. Do you work with Sandalphon much? And what do you know of Archangel Sandalphon?
I don't work with him much. I know that he's grounding earth. He's often associated with earthy energies. I like I said, I don't work with him much, but I can feel him. He's supposed to be related to Archangel Metatron. They're both, the two of them are unusual, and their names don't end with EL as the other ones do, because they both were actually humans in human bodies at one time. So they have the rare quality of having experience of having been on Earth, which has a certain value. It's different. It's just different. But I think that's interesting that most of the archangels have not actually had this experience that we're having, but they have.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Metatron was supposed to be Enoch.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and I can't remember. I shouldn't say because I'm not sure. Sandalphon was somehow related and connected with him.
Okay. Intriguing. What I've read about Sandalphon is that he is larger in stature than the other archangels. And when you see pictures of him, depicted paintings of him, he always has his eyes closed. And the theory being that Sandalphon is in the present, that he's got his eyes closed because he's just so connected to the present, which what a great reminder for us to be present.
Right. And actually just being present in your body in the moment is probably one of the most pleasant. It's like a present. What is the one? The past is history. I can't remember it ends with the present, and that's why it's a gift, and that's why it's called the present. I wish I could remember it from one of those children's shows.
No, I love that. And you said the cells in our bodies love love. Can you talk about that for just a moment?
Well, love is the energizing force in us. It's the enlivening force in us. And our cells, the way I see it is that we're made to live fully, to be healthy, to be vibrant, for the cells to have that fire, that life force very active within them. And the thing that is the most powerful in accommodating that is love. Love is also the most amazing healer. If you're looking for healing energy, love is healing. It's just, I mean, it's I think of it, and what I think is it's everything. It's good. And that's how I feel. It's like with love, everything works. With fear and hatred and anger, it doesn't. And it's been proven. It shortens your lifespan is shortened by being in those kinds of anger, mean kind of energies, and just fear. And of course that's part of our growth, is to lessen that and to increase the amount of love that we're holding. But I when I imagine that, sometimes I think of sending a little heart into each cell. And when I do that, I can feel it now. My body tingles. It's like, ooh, well, that's nice.
It pumps it up.
Right. Can you feel it if you say that?
Yeah, I can.
To all the cells?
I absolutely can. Yeah. Lovely. Ooh, the gifts just keep on coming, Jane. Jane, what would you like friends to know about you and the work that you're doing?
Well, my husband Philip and we direct a nonprofit organization called Awakenings Institute that's devoted to creating a more loving world, and one where the unique gifts that each of us brings are honored and nurtured. Which to me is, if everybody was coming from a place of love, none of the problems we have now could exist. It's interesting. It's like the ultimate solution. And yet it's rarely, overall, I know there are millions of people who are working with us to create a more loving world. But in terms of the whole population, considering how powerful it is, it's not as well known as it could be in my mind. So we have a website. We have one called Awakenings Institute, but that's really more about programs for people who are engaged with it. The other website that we have is called gettingthrough.org, getting getting GETTINGTHRU.org. And it has different parts. So if you go to gettingthrough.org/spiritual, you can find out about what's happening, so many spiritual activities and courses and things that we're involved in. And if you want to just know about Awakenings Institute, you can go to gettingthrough.org/awakenings. And there are free gifts and things, also just many blogs and articles and all kinds of things. We've had it since the 90s, so it's very big.
A lot on there.
Yeah.
Jane, thank you so very much for this today. I appreciate you so much. It's just fun for me to be with you.
Good.
And do these.
I enjoy, and of course, as you know, Enlightened World Network means a lot to me. So, and you. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So friends, thank you for being here. Anytime you watch this meditation, it can be magical. It is called Newness in the month of March, but honestly, meditation could be perfect anytime that you do it. So thank you for being here. Take good care and God bless. We'll see you soon.